Hi everybody, how's everyone doing? I just wanted to check in real quick here, just give a quick little update. I did try uploading a video, I believe it was last weekend, so a week ago, and it was a little too long, so I got to deal with that issue. And then I tried filming a video a few days ago, and I went to go hit pause because I can't edit, so just to make it shorter. But after like the third or fourth time, I realized I wasn't hitting pause. I was hitting stop, so I just kind of gave up on that. Sorry about the lighting right now. It's just the time of day that it is, and the fact that I'm using my laptop and I look like I'm a ghost right now. Like it's just pure white. It's pretty crazy. So, anyways, I just wanted to give a little update, just basically saying that my last video I was saying that I wasn't going to do those panning palettes or whatever. I kind of changed my mind again because in the beginning of this year I decided that's what I was going to do. I said no, and now I'm kind of going back to that. So I wasn't sure what palette to use, and I figured for me to actually do this, I need a palette that's going to be easy to use and that I know I'm going to want to pick up. Um, so I decided I was going to go with my Milani palette. So I have these two everyday eye palettes. This one is number one, which is the must-have neutrals, and this is number two, which is bare necessities. So I decided I was going to start with number one and then move on to number two. So the way that I'm doing this is I'm going one shade at a time. So I can use more than one shade at a time, but I'm focusing on just the one. So I was focusing on this one first, which is just the base shade. And then I was going to move on to the next ones and finish up the palette. So my goal is not to just hit pan on the palettes, but it's to actually use up the product. Because hitting pan, as nice as it is, it's not really going to do much unless I like actually use up the palette. So I had used this one a couple of times, and then I just decided, like, I had this one in a declutter that I took out, and I did that about a month ago, and I'm going to do another one really soon. So I'm kind of like on the fence about this palette at the moment. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So because of that, I decided to put both of my Milani palettes off to the side. I'm choosing a palette though. I'm still sticking with it. At least I'm going to try. I just decided this like yesterday, I believe. So I didn't grab it today. But the palette that I'm going to go with is the one that I was originally going to use back at the beginning of the year when I figured that I would probably do something like this. Like I said, I wanted a palette that I knew I was going to gravitate towards. That's easy for me to use that I like. So that palette is this one, Soft Glam by Anastasia, which I love this palette. Like when I first bought this palette, I was like, this is the only palette I need for neutrals. It is wonderful. Please don't mind the mess. I didn't realize how much fallout I had from this palette on my hands, and I grabbed it and now it's covered. I love how the velvet feels. I hate that this is the packaging because it's just not practical. So, this is what my palette looks like right now. I have hit 2 pans on this palette. Um, so that's also part of the reason why I chose this was because I've already hit pan on here and I know I'm going to use those shades. So I figured let's just give me some extra motivation, and I'm going to use a palette. Like if I think I'm going to focus on this shade first because since I've already hit pan, it'll give me that extra motivation to just use the shade up. And so I'm sticking with the same rules as my Milani palette. I'm going to use one shade at a time. There are 14 shades in here. I'm going to focus on 12. The black I do not use. Do not use black eyeshadow. I don't use it as eyeliner. I have my Essence eyeliner that I like, the waterproof one. That's it. I do not like it as eyeshadow. I got my makeup done once. She used black eyeshadow on me. Hated it. I didn't like black eyeshadow before that, and I sure don't like it after that. The other shade that I'm going to focus on, but I'm not counting in this. Wow, my hair just looks like a crazy mane right now. Is this shade right here. So this is called Tempura. The only reason I'm not counting this but still focusing on it is because this is going to be my base shade. So I'm going to start with burnt orange as my focus shade for right now until I use this shade up, and then I will move on to another shade and do that. So I'm still using my Random UX app, which decides my eyeshadow, my highlight, and my blush, which I had mentioned in my previous video. But I will also use one shade out of this, if not every day, a few days a week, just to see, depending on what the color is and depending on what the app chooses for my makeup, we're going to try and make it work. So I have 12 out of the 14 shades, 13 out of the 14 shades that I'm focusing on, 12 out of the 14 that actually count. We're just going to pretend that's not there, and that one's not there. So we'll have to see how that goes. I don't know how often I'm going to do updates. I can't promise that's going to be every month at this point. Um, it might be every month, might be every couple months, might be a variety. We'll have to see. I am still working 7 days a week, therefore I am still wearing makeup 7 days a week. The only difference is my full-time job. I don't see the public as often as I normally would. On a normal day, it's crazy in there. Not so much anymore. Weekend, my part-time job, it's public all day long. So I might not do so many like fun looks, so much eyeshadow on my eyes. I might just be like a one swipe and that's it. Whereas yesterday I did a really fun look and I loved it, but I'm not going to do that in the middle of the week. I might, but probably not, considering I see the same like 3 people all day long. And plus some, but it's nothing compared to what it used to be. So we'll have to see how that goes, depending on my mood too and everything. So we'll have to see how the progress goes on it. It might be a little bit slower than normal, but honestly, it's probably not going to be a whole lot slower because, like I said, I'm still wearing makeup 7 days a week. So we'll just have to go with it, see what happens. So, also, I noticed I had watched a few other videos, and they were not only panning eyeshadows, but they were panning just products in general. So, I'm not really going to do that. Like, I'm not going to count my foundation or my concealers or skincare. The only thing I'm going to focus on at this moment, and after I finish, I don't even know if I'm going to include something else, like roll something else in. Um, it's just going to be these. So these are my by Fresh. It's the Sugar Advanced Treatment. So I sometimes wear lipstick, but it's kind of rare for the most part. It's just like throw on a lip chap and I'm out the door. Like that's it. I focus on my eyes and that's kind of how I do it. That's what I like. I just sometimes find that lipstick is just too much of a hassle for me. So the only reason I decided to throw this in is because really I don't have very much of this left. Like it is pretty much done. So I was like, well, you know what? I might as well. Like that's not going to take me very long to use. And then this mint one, Mint Rush. This came as a duo. I got them back at Christmas time. This one has more product than that one does, but again, like compared to this one, which I'm debating about using, it's the rose one, it's not a lot. So I'm going to focus on these two for sure. So I'll do the original and then I'll do the mint one. And then we'll have to see if I throw something else in. The only reason why I'm hesitant about the rose one is because, well, first off, it melted, so it's like broken at the bottom. You can kind of see that there. Yeah. I don't like how it looks on me. It's and because it's melted, it's just got a different texture to it because it's a little more slippery, I guess, and I just feel like it's kind of getting all over when I put it on, even though it's not. I don't know, it's kind of weird. So I'm gonna focus on these two along with this soft glam palette. See how that goes. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. I'm also not really into all of this like panning project stuff, whatever's, but I was like, you know what? It's a way to get through all of my makeup and we'll have to see what happens. Especially right now with the Sephora sale happening. That's probably another video I'm gonna do. I have a list of stuff that I need to actually go through and I only want to buy like what's necessary, what I need to restock up on right now because I don't really want to go anywhere. And I know that's the whole point too. Everyone's like, stay home, don't go anywhere. I only do my grocery shopping when I'm at work. Like I don't go anywhere. So if I can order everything off Sephora right now, I will. That's gonna be for another video though. I'm probably gonna go through my list to see what I actually want, what I don't want. Um, yeah, not 100% on that one, but it's an idea. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I figured it's just a nice way to kind of get like a roundabout of my makeup like out the door. Just kind of get rid of it. Stuff that I don't need or I don't want or don't like or I don't know. We'll have to see. So, anyways, before I keep on rambling about things that make absolutely no sense because that's where this is heading, I'm going to get going. I'm exhausted. I was at work so already, so I got to get ready for work tomorrow and for the rest of the week. And I wanted to take a nap because that sounds really lovely right now. So, anyways, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go take a quick nap. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys later. Take care. Hope all is well. Stay safe. And till next time. Bye, guys.